Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jamie Hutter. I'm the curator of the Huroney Museum. And one of the many questions that I get asked, what's new at the museum? Well, we've got a number of new things that are new at the museum, and I thought I would try to draw to your attention some items that are on the cutting edge of technology in the 19th century. This is a broadaxe that was brought in this morning, actually, by a wonderful donor. And broadaxes were probably the most important tool that our forefathers used in the 18th and 19th centuries. You had to work with wood as you cleared the land, as you cut firewood, as you prepared logs for your home and boards for your construction projects. And these axes, and broadaxes in some cases are a little bigger than this small hand broadaxe, but I would draw to your attention that the blades are beautifully made. The quality of the craftsmanship done by the blacksmiths are absolutely outstanding. Now, one of the elements in a broadaxe, or in hand tools in general, is to take a look at who the makers are. And a lot of people don't realize that usually up in the area of the top of the head is the series of stamps done by these blacksmiths basically from 1776, the time of the immigration of the Loyalists, right up to about 1920, where blacksmiths would still produce these by hand. In this case, the name here is H.H. Date. One of our board of directors, Gary French, has spent the last 25 years producing a book on the axe makers of Ontario in the settlement period. And Gary goes into detail quite extensively the entire history of hand tool manufacturing in the province of Ontario. So let's take a quick look at H.H. Date. And Henry Harrington Date was born in England in 1818 and died in 1905, was a principal edge tool manufacturer in the 19th century, was the son of Samuel Date and Jane Havel, married in 1809 at Mary Tavy in Cornwall. He had Quaker origins, emigrated to Canada in 1839, and here is quite an extensive commercial history on Date's manufacturing interests, as well as a photograph of him. This is from the Notman McCord Museum collection. A wonderful photo of Mr. Date. Inscribed into the various tools are his maker's name and maker's stamp. So I wanted to show that to you to give you an idea of what's new at the museum. Not only are there new axes, but in fact there is a new and wonderful publication by Gary French. Gary French is, as I said, on our board of directors, is a lawyer in Elmvale, Ontario, and this would make a wonderful addition to anyone's collection of books relating to edge tools here in Ontario. So, come on into the Huroney Museum. We have an extensive collection of edge tools on exhibit, and pick up your copy of Axe Making in Ontario in the Settlement Period by Gary French.